Peace family, 19 Keys, tapped in. I'm out here in London.
Keys up in here.
This line is crazy. 19 Keys in support.
19 Keys and draw some
19 Keys, man. Crazy. London.
Okay,
That was wild.
Troy, give some words to the people.
Man, you know, man's know what I'm talking. Yo, let me get here. I'll be right here. Yeah. Shout out to London real quick. Shout out all my Jamaicans in here real quick. I need a personal escort to Brixton as soon as this is over. Yo, but I want to tell y'all something. Because this is a big misconception, right? Like, we came here and people were like, why London, why London? There's been this myth, right, that black Americans and black Britons, we're not one. So we came here tonight to show that we are one. You understand that? Now, not only that, I told you we didn't come to just educate, because that's what we do naturally. We came to elevate. You understand that? So we came to elevate not just ourselves and our community, but every community that's here in the UK, across the diaspora, right? Because we got people from Africa in here. Shout out to my sisters who were from Holland, who took 8 hours to get here. This is how we change the world. It ain't about changing America, it's about changing our communities, changing our world. All we need is each other. And so shout out to y'all. I always say this, man. It's not about being in the right place at the right time, it's about being in the right place all the time. So everybody who's in here right now, shout out to y'all. Big up on yourself. Hey, shout out to everybody outside that didn't make it in. We love y'all too.
Alright, so now it's time for a high-level conversation. It's time for a high-level conversation. I saved the guard for last because, you know, we got the newest signing to EYL Network. My brother, 19 Keys, man. Every time this guy talks, it sounds like poetry, man. It's amazing. I don't know where he gets this wordplay from, but he gonna talk about whatever he wanted to talk about. But if you could just do me a favor and talk about some blockchain technology. I know y'all want to hear about blockchain and crypto and NFTs. If you could talk about some NFTs, some blockchain, and then you could just go crazy, whatever you want to talk about.
Peace, family. How we feeling today? How many of y'all tapped in? I don't sound like it. How many people in here tapped in? That means that you tapped in to know who you are. I ain't talking about tapped in to me. I'm talking about being tapped into yourself. One of the biggest issues we have is an identity crisis. We don't know who we really are. We don't wear anything from our indigenous original plane. Some of us don't know our original names that our ancestors had that meant something. So we don't have an original vision. And a man and a woman without vision is blind, walking around waiting for somebody else to lead you. And this is why we don't know how to lead ourselves. The reason that I talk about blockchain technology is because it allows us the ability to implement our vision without utilizing the existing systems that's there to oppress us. A lot of people think and we over-focus on the aspect of financial literacy, but it's more so about financial liberation. Because the liberation is releasing ourselves from the contracts that has held us down for this long. Some of you all don't think you're royal. You think the backy face people over there is royal. Some of y'all don't like when I say that. But there's only one crown I recognize. You understand me? One that represents who we are. A lot of you all, quiet down for a second, please. Because this is my second time in London, man. Last time y'all came, y'all showed out. I knew y'all was gonna come in droves. You understand me? So I went out there and I made sure I talked to the people in the street. And one thing that I learned is, you know, everybody always say it's not enough people out here. It's not enough people that think like me. You understand me? Britain need more of this, or UK need more of this. Well, no, y'all just need more of each other. You understand me? Y'all need to talk, communicate, and build with each other, right? 3 to 5 people in a mastermind group, and now y'all can start investing circles. You understand me? You all are the equity in the blockchain and the NFTs. It allows you to be able to monetize on that equity and that unity and that collaboration without even have to trust each other, because we're not even mature enough to trust each other. Black men don't trust black women don't trust black men. The men don't even know how to be masculine. The women don't know how to be feminine, so they can't bring a family. And if we ain't talking family, we ain't talking wealth. Your individual assets don't mean shit if it ain't passed down generation to generation, because families rule this world. So when we talking about this, business is the activity life. So it's taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who was banned out here. And he's banned out here because they know he will have y'all with one sound and one band, one mind. The same way in 1995 when there was a 1 million man march and 2 million black men and women came together peacefully to atone. The same thing needs to happen out here, because y'all think that the slavery ended before ours, but the slavery is still happening in your mind. Until we decentralize ourselves from the systems, we ain't got no power. You get the education, so you build the wealth. You get the wealth, so you have the power. The power allows you to secure and control yourself and to be able to rule yourself. How many people here got a product, a service?
Raise your hand proudly.
How many people here have sold an NFT yet? A couple of people. How many people don't really understand it yet?
Raise your hand proudly.
I know it's more than that for sure. But there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand my cell phone technology, but I know how to use it. Right? I don't understand how to build a social media platform and learn how to code it, but I know how to use it. And sometimes we get stuck on the parts that we don't understand, so therefore it verifies our laziness to get an understanding. You understand me? Instead of saying that NFTs is a way to be able to add on to your business model. Artists no longer have to go to labels that rape them, rob them, so they paying them interest on the loan and getting a piece of their equity of everything they do for their talent. You understand me? It's the same with all of these systems. They were created with middlemans and middlemans and middlemans. You understand me? Create systems so that it stops you from owning all your own. Hip-hop is a global brand, but we don't own none of that shit. Y'all get influenced by us, but we slaves in America. You understand me? How your biggest influence is not even masters. And a master go create another master. A slave go create another slave. 100%. You understand me? So there are things within ourselves we have to master first before we can get to that masterful place. See, I'm going to utilize NFTs as a way to be creating society, to where I can verify that everybody say that they with me actually with me. You understand me? Oh, you say you rock with Keys, well, where your membership pass at? Are you a society and a citizen? Because when I decide to decentralize from these platforms that everybody else own, that we utilize, I want to be able to own my data. I want to be able to own my community. I want to be able to talk to y'all without feeling like I'm going to be censored because there's a corporation that says they don't agree with my agenda, and my agenda is the liberation of our people. And if they don't agree with that, then they're the enemy of the state. So what we doing up here is a showcase of unification, solidarity, coming together for a common cause. If you can't unite with 3 to 5 black men, you got an issue within yourself. You can't unite with 3 to 5 women, you got an issue within yourself. We want to talk about gossip, we need to talk about this technology. We need to talk about the education, the school, the ownership. And your excuses are tools that build monuments of nothingness. And everybody got an excuse of why they have nothing. And if I ask a man why you ain't got nothing, and all he got is excuses, because that's what you use to build the life that you currently live in. See, everybody here should be pregnant. I said, wait a minute. But see, what you ain't understand is, you got a womb in your mind. Okay. So if you're not pregnant with an idea, you're not giving birth to nothing. Okay. And the purpose of life is procreation and survival. But some of you all are just surviving. not producing anything. So the goal now is to be able to procreate from the mind where you take your visions, you go into labor, you have that crowning phase where you have to push past the pain and stop procrastinating, which is the abortion clinic of ideas. But work is the procreation, it's the labor of ideas. So when we give you this knowledge, the knowledge is the college. You ain't got to go to one of the institutions, get some fancy degree, have somebody tell you that you now are part of a new class system for you to believe in yourself and be able to execute. You just have to start wherever you are because they're controlling the time, and it's time for us to do that.
Come on.
We living in the biggest change and the biggest paradigm shift that this world has ever seen.
100%.
Talk to it. Say it again. See, I was taught by the Unbelievable Mom, and he said that heaven is luxury, money, good homes, friendships of all walks of life. Isn't that something that we all want? But some people don't believe that they deserve it, which is why they don't go for it, which is why they don't fight for it. Most people are more afraid of the success than they are the failure because they know it comes with a responsibility. Your ability to respond to the management of self and the activities to make sure you get to your set obligation and goals. There is no reason we walk around calling each other top boys. Why the fuck you want to be a boy? And a top boy at that. They know what I'm talking about. That ain't gangster. The true gangsters are the ones that run their families. You understand me? That rock with other families, create other made men, and protect each other and build in a circle of commerce and equity. That's real gangster. You understand me? So they want to keep us niggas, want to keep us bitches, because we no longer see each other as brothers and sisters. Once we become brothers and sisters, we become a family. You protect your family, you love your family, you treat your family right. You understand me? So the technology talk is not just because I'm a technological enthusiast and I care about talking about blockchain, but I start looking for solutions. And the solutions exist on the blockchain technology. And we want to create an IPO or a fund right now, we can utilize NFTs and Web3. We can bring 1,000 black people together, $100, $200, and we can decide to go buy out the block. We can say our family, what is our family net worth? Our assets minus our liabilities. But most of us don't even track the net worth of the family. So the conversation is, how do we make sure that every activity that we do, everything that we learn, whether we're using Web3 so we can become our own managers of our data, number one, because data is big business. You understand me? And that's what Web3 technology is about. It's only your own data. So if a person disagrees with it, it don't matter. They gotta take it. You understand me? When you want to do NFTs, I simply said, let me look at this as the simplest place. I'm gonna use this as a platform, right, to be able to make a transaction on. Very simple. Blockchain, instead of buying currency, now what we do is earning cryptocurrency. Right? No refunds, no chargebacks. I said, oh, I love this. So I already started. My first NFT sold for $17,000. We already did 6 figures. We're about to do 7 to 8 figures in this space. Because you get an early understanding, which allows you to have an early execution. You understand me? So everybody here within the next month or so should take the products that they sell, use the NFT as a product picture that unlocks whatever service that you have. It's very simple. Do we know how to think or not?
Come on.
Do we know how to learn? Because I know the school system messed up our learning abilities. You always need somebody to tell you what to do instead of learning how to think for yourself. The smart people created the technology, the creative people learn how to use it in the most efficient manner. So it ain't about being the smartest person, it's about now, how creative can you get on how you utilize these things. And if you're not a part of a community, you will be lost. You're going to be without any lifeboat, any life raft. So if you're that type of person that only focuses on individuality, then you deserve what comes to you next. I want y'all to really understand that, because I know a lot of you all may spend 80% of your time on bullshit. You understand me? And it's time to revert your attention into a new focus towards a vision. Every conversation you have should be towards your vision, right? Everything that you think about should be towards what your dream is. And you have to ask yourself, there's a time when you bullshitting that got nothing to do with your vision or your dream. And then there's a time when you got somebody like that because she know that she affirming things that she need to hear on a regular basis. Because what you do frequently becomes your frequency. So if you're on the frequency of bullshit, that's all in your mind you're giving birth to. And so when you try to have control of yourself, your habits take over. Man, I want to focus on NFTs. I want to focus on the real estate. I want to focus on the Forex market. I want to focus on the stock, but I can't focus. And when you can concentrate your passion, concentration is focus for a prolonged period of time. And when you can succinctly do that, you become some of the most powerful people on the planet Earth. So they try to distract you because they know if you firmly believe and start to get into yourself, you stop looking outside yourself. I got the brothers in the FOI brothers line up right here real quick. These are some soldiers out here that y'all really need to tap in with. The reason I say that is because what's being taught right here, you understand me, with these soldiers that dress a certain way, talk a certain way, move a certain way, a black man that's learning accountability and responsibility. You understand me? Learning character and development of self and knowledge of self. But they keep us afraid of learning from each other. They keep us focused on our differences instead of the things that bridge us together. My brothers now, I remember I came over there 3 years ago. Brother said, man, you inspired me. He said, these are the things we doing. We got staking economies where we buying land in Ghana now. We buying land in Nigeria. We buying up the block out here. We got a token where we yield in a certain percentage every single day, right? And they operating together as a unit. That same sort of operation is the same one that every single person in here is supposed to have. We not the only ones. Everybody's supposed to be the one. But the problem is when the door of opportunity opens up, everybody want to walk at the same time. But somebody got to lead. Somebody got to follow. Somebody got to be the general. Somebody got to be the soldier. But everybody in here needs training. So you're not a man until you get to that man age where you learn how to manage yourself. Your emotions, your finance, your spirit. You understand me? All of those things. If you're not, you're a slave. You're on that slave ship. And I'm going to end it with this. Because you know I get up here, man. I got to put it on your head top one time. Because I know for a fact that they don't let saviors out here in the UK. They make you think there's only one king out here, one queen out here. You understand me? But we know for a fact that in America, we had so many saviors. We had Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Eldridge Cleveland, you understand me? Harriet Tubman. We had so many, so we always looking for another savior. Right? But the goal is for you to save yourself. I ain't here to save you, that's your job. I got my family to worry about. I got my mind and my own mental stability on an every single day basis as a masculine black man out here who's standing up for the liberation of our people, speaking truth to power. I gotta worry about my goddamn self. But if I can be a shining example of how we collaborate, how we build together, how we come together to create projects. Because everybody is looking on how they can invest in everybody else's stuff but they own. So if I ask you, are you getting into NFTs? Well, where's your project? See, we become consumers with every single thing that we do. Who can I invest in? Damn, where's your intellectual property? That's what I think NFTs are, IPO, intellectual property opportunities. Where they created all this red tape to stop us from building equity in our communities. Now we can create the communities and the communities put the equity in it. Then we create things like DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations, where everybody that buys in here has voting power. Where it's not a top-down power system, it's a circular economic system. You understand me? Where we work together in the tribe. And it's not about the individual surrounding himself or the tribe surrounding the individual, but the individual working to surround the tribe. That's the tribalism that we had in Africa. Right. But we lost it through individualism, through our Eurocentric European minds that we have. See, there's two types of people that got dreams in here. One that's building an old world, and then there's one that want to build a new world. And some of you all don't even know that your dreams are attached to the same oppressive systems that you're trying to fight against. Your dreams are inside the very systems that will perpetuate this thing to go forever. But my dream is about finding those things that allow us to truly be free. to truly be liberated. To say we can say F the banks.
Come on.
You understand me? We can create our own tokens. We can yield. We can stake. We can do everything that they did. We can create our own hospitals. We can create our own farmland. You understand me? That's what y'all want to do?
Come on.
Or do y'all want to play because we look good on stage? You understand? You want to say you was there in the building, it's another social media moment, and then you go post and it's gone. But how many people here, when we come back, then you got results? The people always asking me the next step, and the next step is always execution. When you see me in the street and you ain't executed on what I done said, I don't even respect it. Because you always think that you need more, and that's from a place of insecurity. Perfectionism comes out of insecurity. Get started now. Everybody in here should have an NFT project. It's a new way to add on to your business model. Everybody in here should start doing DAOs. You understand me? Everybody in here should be staking some crypto coins. Everybody in here should be learning how to invest long term. Everybody in here should be patient like my brother Rashad, wait for me to hand him the mic. Well, I see no reason. My peripherals is up. But you know, this is a revolution, man. You understand me? This is a liberation. This is a time where we really hop off that slave ship and we get to some rulership. You understand me? And y'all get to spread the gospel of the energy that y'all getting today. Put them fists in the air, man. Because when we do wealth and we do power, we gotta do it like us. We're not doing it like them. We gotta do it like us. And every single thing that we do has to be righteous. Because otherwise we become devils to each other. See, a devil is one who devalues, a God is one who adds value. The moment we call each other nigga, we just devalued each other. We don't even know how to evaluate ourselves. We don't know how to evaluate our business, our families, none of those things. But I promise, the moment that we have love for each other, the value goes up. Tap in.
There he goes. The most dangerous man on the internet. I told you, 19 Keys is going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that's very difficult. All of our friends are not as diplomatic as me and Troy, but I appreciate it. I appreciate his spirit because it's needed. It's needed. It's very needed. So before we wrap, we'll have some more time for you guys to mingle, but I just wanted to just say a few words. You know, this is dope for me, and this is dope for Troy, all of us, but me, Troy, Mike, you know, we started this local as a 6-block radius, half a square mile, and, you know, started teaching kids in classrooms, teaching at a local community center, and then we, you know, got the idea to pull out a couple iPhones. Like people say, like, what? I'm watching the thing Jim Jones said, what business can you start with $500? And we started our business with no dollars. We started with 3 iPhones. We had an intern, shout out to my brother Sid, who had some shotgun microphones, and we thought it would be a good idea to start talking about financial literacy in Troy's dining room. And that was in Greenburgh, New York, and now we on the other side of the globe right now. And this, I want to really pan around this because, I appreciate that so much, because this is a packed house. This is a packed house. There's about 300 people that couldn't get in, and there's another room on the other side of this, and we're in the United Kingdom. We're not in Philadelphia, we're not in Houston, we're not in Atlanta. This is the United Kingdom. So for us to literally start 3 years ago with an iPhone and an idea, and to be able to have a global impact all across the world is truly inspiring, but it's not just inspiring for us, it should be inspiring for all of you. Because if we could do it, then anybody could do it. That's a fact. And never let anybody tell you what you can't do. I remember somebody told me, like, you're not the biggest financial advisor online. If only he could see how wrong he could be. That's a fact. So we love y'all so much, man. Like, we really appreciate it. I want to thank Tape, all the good folks at Tape, for the hospitality that they showed us in a very short notice. We are definitely 100,000% coming back to the UK and London. We're gonna do a much bigger event, ticketed event, stadium status, and everybody that's outside.
We get priority green head over here.
Everybody that's outside We're gonna be inside. I apologize to anybody that's outside once again. I want that to be on camera because there was people that came from the Netherlands, there's people that came from Scotland, Ireland. And when we talk about blockchain technology, we'll announce this right now. This will be the first, you'll be the first people to hear about this. EYL NFT coming soon. Coming soon. Of course, working with my brother 19 Keys. That's what collaboration is all about. And a real project, not just art, real utility. Real utility that will allow you to actually get priority in events like this. So, you know, we put our ideas to action and we talk about it. I promise you, next time we come, it will be 10 times bigger. 10 times bigger. 03, that's the vibe. So 10 times bigger. This is just the beginning. Thank you guys for coming. Enjoy yourself. Network with each other. We love you.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to break at times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this, and man, time I spent, it's locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuz locked on wrist, see my dreams unfold, nightmares control, it was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Sure, I'm trying to bless me like I said I should. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please, for them triple squeeze, I'm getting crazy. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Lord, nigga, but I'm lying harder. They love me when I was stuck in their head, but not the part that I go and get it. Draw like I'm an artist, I'm crawling straight to walk in the forest, and my garages are foreign, bitches when I fuck this up in the swallowing anything for a dollar. They tell me get in my God. I did it without an hour. This shit